All right, we got another question period session here, and Pierre Poilievre is going to continue to go off on the Liberals, exposing the horrible corruption, overspending, crime, etc., etc., etc. And now, markcarney yesterday gave Pierre Poilievre some more ammunition by saying that the young people need to sacrifice more. Yep, he really said it. I had the clip, but for some reason it was freezing and it had no audio, but either way, I'm sure you guys have all seen it now. So we got an interesting one here. We're going to get into this, but before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it helps grow the channel. I appreciate you so much for that, so let's get into it, then we'll talk about it.
Speaker, yesterday the Prime Minister made a very depressing speech to Canada's youth. He said they would have to make more sacrifices. More sacrifices. After 10 Liberal years that doubled the cost of housing and drove out the possibility that youth could own their own home. After the sacrifice of their jobs, with the worst employment numbers since the 1990s. After the sacrifice of a lifelong of shouldering high debt. Young people need hope, jobs, and homes. Why won't the Prime Minister reverse his disastrous decade of policies so that we can restore that hope?
The Honourable Secretary of State for Labour.
Speaker, I had the honour of presenting red seals to...
Who the fuck is that guy? I've never seen him before, never heard him speak before, but all right.
3 new apprentices of the IBEW in Local 230, Victoria, BC. Mr. Speaker, they're proud of what they accomplished. They're optimistic about the future because, Mr. Speaker, we are going to put them to work. Mr. Speaker, we're going to build homes. We're building major infrastructure projects in the national interest. Thousands of jobs, thousands of opportunities for apprenticeship. Mr. Speaker, while the Conservatives come to this House and talk Canada down every day, we're going to be supporting workers who are building Canada up.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
3 apprentices, Mr. Speaker. That does not account for the countless job losses, the highest jobless rate in 30 years outside of COVID caused by this government. Nor does it account for the doubling of housing costs that 80% of young people believe they will never be able to afford a home. But yet the Prime Minister tells our youth that they have to sacrifice even more. All he offers is more costs, more debt, and more despair when Canadians actually need is more homes, more jobs, and more hope. Why won't he introduce an affordable budget for an affordable life?
The Honourable Secretary of State.
Every day, the Conservatives come to this House and talk down the Canadian economy. We are supporting our workers, Mr. Speaker. We are going to build, Mr. Speaker. Build bold. Build now.
We're going to. Like, you only get to say that for a little bit of time. And now we're into month 7. It's like, okay, let's stop talking about what you're going to do and just do it. Just do it. For the love of God, do something. Get a deal done. Get some houses built. Throw criminals in jail. Something. Please. Anything. For the love of God.
With Canadian lumber, with Canadian steel, and Canadian unionized worker, Mr. Speaker, we are defending our workers. Mr. Speaker, we'll be there for Canada. I hope the Conservatives join us.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Speaker, apparently nobody over there watched the depressing, miserable, hopeless speech the Prime Minister gave to Canadian youth yesterday. He said that Canadian youth need to sacrifice more, Mr. Speaker, when in fact quite the opposite is true. Mr. Speaker, the youth of this country have sacrificed enough. They can't afford homes, they can't get jobs, and now they have a generational lifetime of debt to shoulder. What Canadian youth need is homes, jobs, and hope. Yesterday, I provided the Prime Minister with a plan to do it. Will he put that hopeful plan in his budget?
Nope.
The Honourable Government House Leader.
The only person who's miserable when the Prime Minister speaks, Mr. Speaker, is the Leader of the Opposition. What the Prime Minister is talking about is spending less and investing more. Investing in what? In careers for young people, in building major national projects, in being a technology leader in the world today with Premier Ford leading the world in small modular nuclear reactors. Mr. Speaker, the young people of this country are proud to be Canadians. They're proud to see a future from coast to coast to coast in this country. The young people of this country have a bright future.
If that were true, he wouldn't be screaming. It would be more of like a matter-of-fact sort of tone. But again, they're just trying to be loud to create noise, to show excitement, to show people. They're just putting on a brave face. They know they're fucked. Well, we're all fucked if they don't get out of office. I guess that we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But if they were calm and confident and clear when they spoke, they would almost be a little bit more believable. But screaming like the bunch of banshees that they are, it doesn't get anything done.
The honourable leader of the opposition.
Oh, it is too bad that minister didn't write the Prime Minister's speech yesterday, because it wouldn't have bored and depressed to tears all of those poor students stuck in that room. There he spoke about how they would have to sacrifice more and that it would take time to reverse all of the misery that has built up over the last 10 years. Mr. Speaker, young people want to have homes. They want to have jobs. They want to have hope. They want a budget that is affordable so they can have a life that is affordable. Will the Prime Minister introduce that budget so that Canadians can restore the promise of their country?
The honourable government house leader.
Mr. Speaker, you can be sure we are going to introduce a budget. The question is whether the Leader of the Opposition is going to support that budget, because here's what that budget's going to do. It's going to give young people all over this country the ability to stand up and say, that's where my future lies, in Canada, in skilled trades, in technology, in the professions, in careers that are going to give me and my family hope, a home, a community, a job, a future, the best country in the world. Let's build Canada.
And again, it's just more screaming. And again, we're going to, guys, I promise, we're going to, for real this time. No, I promise, I swear. I mean, it's just like, the same thing. Like, what happened in the last 10 years, Steve? Why is Canada and the middle class, and especially the youth, in such trouble? They don't feel safe to go out at night. They can't buy homes. There's no jobs. And if the jobs they can get, okay, $18 an hour. Yeah, it's what you used to make 20 years ago getting out of high school. And yet rent is doubled. Housing is doubled. But the wages have been stagnant under your quote-unquote leadership. So what happened? Why did it get... Who was in charge for those 10 years, Steve? I mean, what an absolute douchebag this guy is. And every time he gets up, he's got this, like, condescending smile on his face, like he's got some gotcha moment. Meanwhile, it's just the same liberal prattle over and over and over again, and it's just sickening. But again, please, share this video. Show people CPAC. Show people the question period, and you can see how they just keep promising the same things. They never deliver, but somehow keep getting reelected.